And we are connected and ready to rock. Avon High School varsity basketball on the air here in just a few minutes. Coming to you live from the Avon Gym, the home of the Orioles, where tonight the Orioles will host the Westfield Shamrocks. Shamrocks usually in a green motif. Tonight they are in red. It is Red for Riley, a fundraiser here for the student body. Anticipating a good crowd here on a Thursday night. Weather has been extraordinary here in central Indiana. And we're about 5 minutes away from the start of game time here in Avon. Anticipating a 7:30 start for tonight's varsity game, the Avon Orioles hosting the Westfield Shamrocks. We are here live from Avon High School. And the Avon Orioles take the court. This is their final warm-up before tonight's game. Tonight they'll be hosting the Westfield Shamrocks. The Shamrocks, of course, the usual green motif, but it's red for Riley here tonight, a fundraiser for Riley Children's Hospital. And Westfield has obligingly worn red uniforms. Of interest to me is, where did Westfield get red uniforms? Must have been some kind of special order deal. Tonight, the Avon Orioles come into this game 8-10. Westfield High School 8-9. Teams are similarly ranked within the state. Westfield is ranked 48th in Class 4A, and Avon ranked 42nd in Class 4A. Avon Orioles lost to Ben Davis 49-39 in their last game. And the Westfield boys defeated Hamilton Heights 64-54 in their last game. Both teams looking to improve their records tonight. We are about 2 minutes away from player introductions. We'll have Avon Orioles varsity basketball live from the gym here in just a few minutes. We'd like to thank our corporate video sponsor, the Hendricks County Flyer, as well as their title sponsor, Hendricks Regional Health. Thank you, Hendricks County Flyer, for allowing us to bring you Avon varsity basketball live on the web. We'll introduce our Westfield High School team, and then we'll get to the Avon Orioles. Number 12, Ty Oswald, a junior. Also, Emmanuel Calhoun will be starting for Westfield, along with Ethan Albright. Also starting tonight will be Devin Reese. And starting at center tonight will be Nick Farrer. And now it's your Avon Orioles tonight's starters. Jordan Rhodes will be starting. The senior will be starting at guard tonight. Carter Van Wansel at the other guard position here tonight. Logan White starting this evening, the sophomore. Connor Funkhauser, the junior forward. And Aaron Bodie will be starting at center here tonight. Aaron Bodie, 6'5", the senior center. And those are your starters tonight for Avon. Center tip about ready to occur. The national anthem has been played, and we're getting ready to play some basketball here. Avon High School Gymnasium. Orioles 8-10, Westfield 8-9. Westfield tonight in a somewhat unfamiliar red uniform, wearing that as a tribute to Riley Children's Hospital. Aaron Bodie controls the tip, and the Orioles will start first on offense. Jordan Rhodes brings the ball down, gets it down to Funkhauser. Funkhauser with the dribble. Over to Logan White. Ball stripped away, going back the other way for Westfield. Westfield now sets up, drives the lane, kicks it back out to the perimeter. Top of the key now, perimeter right. Thought about the three-pointer. 2-2-1 zone being played by the Orioles. Westfield sets up here early in the first quarter, still scoreless. Westfield around the horn. Looking for that cut underneath, still not finding it. Perimeter right now, back to the top of the key. Content now just to try to find that open shot. Not much movement underneath the basket. Now, wide open 12-footer, misses it. And Funkhauser pulls down the rebound. Coming back the other way for the Orioles. White drove the lane. And the foul. They're going to call the offensive foul on White. Logan White, that's his first foul. Team's first foul for the Orioles. Still scoreless, 6:41 left to play here in the first period. Both teams just feeling each other out here early on in the game. Quick move there from Rhodes, knocked the ball out of bounds. And Westfield will retain. Westfield on the inbound. Orioles drop back in that 2-2-1 defense. Westfield thought about the three. Back to the top of the key. Cut underneath the basket. And the basket is good. Early goal there from Emmanuel Calhoun for Westfield. Gives him an early 2-0 lead. Funkhauser quickly brings the ball down and fouled in the act of shooting. And that should put Funkhauser on the line. That was Devin Reese's first team foul for the Shamrocks. And shooting 2 will be Connor Funkhauser. First shot is up, and it is good. Funkhauser, second shot, up and good. And Funkhauser gives the first 2 points of the evening for the Orioles. And the score is tied 2-2 here, 5:56 to play here in the first period. Three-pointer launched, and it is good. Big perimeter shot there for Westfield. Westfield applying the pressure. And the ball is lost on the transition. That was Rhodes who lost the handle as Westfield sets quickly back up. Shot no good, and the rebound inside by Logan White. Rhodes gets the ball to Funkhauser. Funkhauser drives the line, thinks better of it. Layup up and in. That is Jordan Rhodes with 2 points and a nice layup. 5-4 now. Westfield with the lead. Westfield sets up. Another long three-pointer. Rims out. Rebound underneath Funkhauser. Funkhauser over to Rhodes. Quickly down the lane is White. White's layup won't go. Rebound goes to Westfield. White with the quick shot. Dropping back quickly on defense are the Orioles. Orioles trail by 1 here early. 4:49 left to go in the first period. Westfield now perimeter right. Long cross court. Open 3. Ball goes off the rim. Good rebound there by Rhodes. Rhodes brings it down. Rhodes loses the handle. Coming quickly the other way. Ball stolen. Great hustle there from Logan White, who steals the transition pass, and the Orioles go back on offense. Up and in. That was Carter Van Wanziel, and Van Wanziel with a pair of points. And the Orioles are up now 6-5. Open, 3, won't go. Another good Orioles rebound underneath from Funkhauser. Funkhauser almost lost the handle, bringing it up. They get the ball over to Rhodes, back over to Funkhauser. Funkhauser drives, and a nice layup. And Connor Funkhauser now picks up his 4th point as the Orioles go up 8-5. Good hustle from the Orioles, both sides of the ball. Pass in, layup up, and Westfield, 8-7. Orioles lead by 1, 3:13 left to go here in the first period. Rhodes gets it down inside, wide open Funkhauser, and Connor just picked up his 6th point. So Funkhauser here tonight asserting himself offensively for the Orioles. 2:56, Orioles up 10-7. Thought about the 3, takes it, out, rebound. Orioles, that was Aaron Bodie on the rebound. They get the ball inside to White. White, strong move to the basket. Logan White was fouled, and White will go to the line. Logan White, strong move inside. So Logan will have a chance to extend this lead out as the Orioles are up by a score of 10-7. White's first shot is up, and it is good. So Sam Bloom comes into the game. White's second shot misfired. Westfield quickly back on offense. Drove the lane, kicks it back out to the perimeter. Drives the lane again, gets the ball inside, up, and it is good. Rhodes and Bloom as the guards bring it down for the Orioles. Orioles up by a score of 11-9. Funkhauser, Bodie in the game as well. Funkhauser, long three, launches it, won't go. Westfield with the rebound. Quick drive in the lane. Bodie steals the ball away. And Bodie and White bring it up. Rhodes now setting up offensively for the Orioles. Funkhauser with the dribble. Back over to Rhodes. Rhodes points. Tries to get Bloom in motion. Rhodes kicks it back off to White. White feeds it to Bodie. And Aaron Bodie with a nice layup in the lane. Bodie, 6'5", gets position. And the Orioles get 2 more points, up by a score of 13-9. 1:14 left to play here in the first period. Quick turnaround jumper is good for the Shamrocks. Orioles bring it in, approaching the 1-minute mark here in the first period. White, top of the key, feeds it down. Good inside shot, Bloom. They tried to block it. Sam Bloom picks up 2 more for the Orioles. They tried to feed the Shamrock player, couldn't get it to go. Rebound by Bodie. Bodie feeds it inside to Bloom. Bloom with another strong move to the basket. And just like that, Sam Bloom picks up 4 points from the bench. And some good scoring for the Orioles as they lead 17-11, under 30 seconds left to play here in the first period. Westfield, they'll set up for the final shot. Orioles playing some good defense here as the Shamrocks now under 9 seconds. They get the pick. They get the move towards the basket. Won't go. Quick rebound from Bodie. Does he have time? Bodie launches it. And Bodie's final shot will hit the backboard, but nothing else. And the Orioles have to be pretty pleased with that first period, up by a score of 17-11. Do you remember old-fashioned values, good food, and good times? Do you remember an ice cream cone on a warm summer's evening and a cherry Coke from the fountain at the corner drugstore? Well, Sweet Treats is a classic bakery and soda shop that does remember when. Serving delicious bakery and food items in Avon 6 days a week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sweet Treats is located at US 36 and Dan Jones, right behind CVS Pharmacy. Bring in a ticket stub from any Avon sporting event or mention you heard this ad and receive 10% off your purchase. Stop in for a visit and let Sweet Treats take you way back when. Well, Avon got off to a flying start, scoring 17 points here in the first period. Sam Bloom off the bench with 4. Connor Funkhauser with 6 total points. Bodie with 2. Logan White with a free throw. Carter Van Wanzeel 2 points. And Jordan Rhodes with a pair of points. And that rounds out the scoring here. Van Wanzeel and Hubbard are in the game, along with Sam Bloom. Bloom with 4 quick points off the board. Also put Jordan Klein in the game as well. Rounding out will be Levi Bailey, number 33 for the Orioles. So the Orioles go with some fresh players here to start this second period. Up by a score of 17-11. Shamrocks finding it tough sledding against this Oriole defense. Westfield back out to the top of the key. Perimeter right. Thought about the 3 for just a second. Back out perimeter right. 3-pointer up. No good. Westfield controls the rebound. They get the ball back out. Drive on the baseline. Shot is up, blocked. No good. And Hubbard picks up the rebound. Hubbard trapped briefly, gets it to Klein. Klein brings the ball up for the Orioles. Over to Bailey. Bailey almost lost the handle there. Manages to retain. Gets the ball over to Bloom. Sam Bloom trapped. And I think Sam stepped on the line, or did they call timeout? Timeout was called so that they could retain possession. Sam Bloom almost stepped on the line as he was trapped there. If you're a business owner with or without employees, you're probably wondering about your payroll. What about taxes, child support, auditing, Social Security? It can be a bit overwhelming, but we've got the answer for you. The Payroll Department Incorporated. The Payroll Department Incorporated can help put your mind at ease with all these problems. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years. Call today, 852-2568, or stop by the Payroll Department Incorporated, 701 North Green Street in Brownsburg. Orioles home gym, where the score remains 17-11. 6:55 left here in the second period. Orioles, long inbound. They get it into Klein. Klein was a bit roughed up, but they're going to say the ball went off Klein's hand. So Klein couldn't get the handle there on the long inbound. And the Shamrocks will get the ball out underneath their own basket. So turnover there on the inbounds. Shamrocks, no scoring yet here in the second period. 2-2-1 defense employed by the Orioles. Shamrocks back to the top of the key. Long cross-court pass, perimeter left. Drives the lane, and foul's called. They called the foul on Torrey Klein. Make that Jordan Klein. And that is Klein's first foul for the Orioles. And second team foul. So only 2 team fouls for the Orioles, 2 for the Shamrocks. 6:22 left to play here. No scoring yet in the second period. Drive in the lane. Shot is up. No good. Klein with the rebound. And I believe Klein drew the foul. A.J. Lawton on the foul. And that is the third team foul for the Shamrocks. Still 17-11. Klein calls the offense. Van Wanzeel, and almost lost the handle. Van Wanzeel back to Klein. Klein now. Aggressive defense. Van Wanzeel with the turnaround three. Can't get it to go. The rebound will be controlled by Bloom for the Orioles. So the Orioles retain possession. Van Wanzeel kicks it back out to Klein. Van Wanzeel, open three, launches it. That one won't go. Westfield with the rebound. Carter Van Wanzeel having a little trouble getting that three-pointer to go. 5:28 score still remains, 17-11. No scoring. Both teams have grown cold here in the second period. Shamrocks distributing the ball, outer perimeter. Wing left, back to the top of the key. Foul away from the ball. And they're going to call that one on Justin Hubbard of the Orioles. That is Hubbard's first foul and third team foul for the Orioles. So Westfield will inbound. 5:06 left to play, second period. Shamrocks still trail by 6. And they get the ball in the lane, foul, and count that one. On the layup was A.J. Lawton. Jordan Rhodes reached in and got the foul, so Lawton will go to the line with a chance to turn this into a three-point play. Lawton shot, rims out, and the ball is controlled by the Orioles as the rebound was tipped out of bounds. So Orioles inbound. 5 minutes left to play, second period. 17-13, up by 4. Orioles drive, get the ball off to Hubbard. Van Wanzeel, outer perimeter, back over to Klein. Wide open Funkhauser. Funkhauser's shot bounces off the rim. Rebound inside. That was Bodie. And finally, ball trails out of bounds, and Westfield will retain possession. But good battle underneath by Bodie, just couldn't convert. 17-13 here. Both teams have been a little bit quiet here in the second period. Westfield. Pass to no one. Lawton, I think, expected Ty Oswald to make a cut, and Oswald was not there. Oswald a bit on the short side, 5'7", scrappy player for the Shamrocks. Klein brings the ball up, tried to feed it down to Bodie. Funkhauser with a great save. Lawton with quick hands. They feed it, get it down, and I believe fouled on the layup was Ty Oswald. And let's see who drew that one. Jordan Klein picked up his second foul. That'll be the 15th foul for the Orioles. And that'll put Oswald on the line. Oswald with a couple of shots here. First shot up and no good. Shamrocks are going to sub in a couple of players here. And the Orioles bring in Ryan Ruff. So Ruff enters the game. Oswald's second shot. Up. And misses this one as well. Bodie with the rebound. And the Orioles control the ball. Rhodes quickly up to Ruff. Ruff back to Rhodes. Rhodes with the dribble. Gets it into Bodie. Wide open Funkhauser underneath. Funkhauser manhandled under the board. Got his two, and they'll put him on the line. He was physically manhandled. Kept a good body position, got the points, and a chance for a three-point play here for the Orioles. So Funkhauser, first points for the Orioles here in the second period. Funkhauser's shot is up, and it is good. So 9 points for Funkhauser, 20 points for the Orioles. They extend that lead out to 7. They lead 20-13. Lawton, his shot up, no good. Rebound by Bodie. Bodie gets it into Rhodes. Rhodes quickly feeds to Ruff. Ruff, three-pointer, can't get it to drop. Lawton with the rebound for Westfield, and they quickly bring it back up the other side. Layup is good. Now both teams pick up the pace here as Rhodey brings it down. 3:15 left to play here. Orioles up by 5, 20-15. Van Wanzeel drove towards the basket, was fouled on the way. That was Nick Ferrer. So Ferrer drew his second foul. It's a 15 foul. Now both teams have 5 fouls here in the first half. Orioles inbound underneath their own basket. They get the ball in. Funkhauser drove the lane, couldn't grab the handle. Westfield will inbound. Nice move from Connor Funkhauser, just could not get the handle on that ball. 20-15. Orioles up by 5. 3-minute mark here in the second period. Westfield with a little double dribble action. They turn the ball over. And the Orioles will inbound. Bodie brings the ball in, gets it to Rhodes. Full court pressure being applied by the Shamrocks. They feed it down to Van Wanzeel. Van Wanzeel feeds it inside. And Connor Funkhauser, another decisive move to the basket. And that'll put Funkhauser on the line. This could be his second three-point play of the first half. Funkhauser now with 11 points. He has been heads up. And Van Wanzeel with a nice assist. Getting the ball into Funkhauser. Funkhauser's shot just off the rim. Though rebound almost controlled by the Orioles, goes back to Westfield. Westfield brings it up quickly on offense. 2:33 left to play. They trail 22-15. Shamrocks. Perimeter left. They get the ball inside. Rhodes gets back down. Shot is up, and it is good. Orioles getting pressured at the full court pressure. Coast to coast. Funkhauser missed, but Van Wanzeel with the rebound. And the Orioles made that possession count. 24-17. Orioles are up over the Shamrocks. Shamrocks top of the key. Shot is off. Three-pointer won't go. Funkhauser with the rebound. Funkhauser brings the ball down for the Orioles. Feeds it into Van Wanzeel. Van Wanzeel's shot won't go. Funkhauser tried to grab the rebound up over the top, and I think they're going to call him for the foul. They're going to say Aaron Bodie drew that foul. Both Bodie and Funkhauser there. Pretty aggressive on the rebound, just didn't have the position. 7-point lead for the Orioles. Sam Bloom comes in. Bodie, Ruff, Rhodes, Bloom, and Funkhauser round out the five for the Orioles. Quick steal from Funkhauser. And Funkhauser was fouled on the steal. So that is the bonus, and Funkhauser goes to the line. Connor Funkhauser, quick play on the steal. Shot is up, and it is good. 6'4" junior Connor Funkhauser, 12 points first half. And it's been a good first half for the Orioles. Connor's second shot up, and it is good. A lucky 13 for him here in the first half. Orioles drop back quickly in defense. Lawton, who is a standout on the football field as well as the basketball court. And how about Bloom with the steal right underneath the basket. Heads up steal there from Sam Bloom. Bloom gets the ball quickly to Rhodes. Rhodes kicks it back. Bodie with the shot. That won't go. They can't get the rebound. And Westfield tried to work around Bloom, and I think Bloom might have stuck his hand in there. And Bloom did draw that foul. Sam Bloom. And that'll put both teams have 7 fouls, so that'll put the Shamrocks in the bonus. And Lawton will shoot 2. First shot, make that the 1-and-1. First shot didn't go. Bodie with the rebound for the Orioles. Ball quickly over to Bodie, gets it over to Ruff. Ruff and Rhodes playing guard. Funkhauser the center. Bodie and Bloom forwards. Ruff with the dribble, takes the time, almost got trapped. Bloom, heads up play as Bloom managed, as he was going out of bounds, to knock it off the foot of a Westfield player, and the Orioles will retain possession. Van Wanzeel comes in the game. Bloom will sit. 41.2 seconds. The Orioles up 26-17. Ruff with the inbound. Ruff at the timeline. Gets it over to Rhodes. Jordan Rhodes with the dribble. Top of the key. Jordan Rhodes looks. They try to feed it into Funkhauser. Funkhauser lost the handle. Going back quickly the other way for Westfield. And the foul. They're going to get that one to Ryan Ruff. as A.J. Lawton quickly with the ball. Lawton, one of the few bright signs for the visiting Westfield Shamrocks. Lawton will go on the line. And, yes, that foul was against Ryan Ruff, the junior guard. So Lawton with the 1-and-1. First shot is up, and it is good. .22 seconds left, 26-18. Shamrocks briefly led 2-0 and then have trailed ever since. Orioles get the ball to Ruff. And I think the call was a travel. So turnover. The Shamrocks will bring the ball in with 15 seconds. Shamrocks trail by 7. And that lead has been consistently between 5 and 7 points for the Orioles here in the first half. Lawton spins, tries to get the ball in, almost threw it away. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, and travel. So the Orioles will bring the ball in. 2.5 seconds, chance to add to this first half lead. Quick inbound to Ruff. Ruff will turn around, fire it up, and that'll be the final shot of the first half. Avon Orioles have to be extremely pleased as they will go into the locker room leading 26-19 here at the Avon Orioles gym. Well, that is our first half of action. We'd like to thank our corporate video sponsor, the Hendricks County Flyer, as well as their title sponsor, Hendricks Regional Health. Thank you, Hendricks County Flyer, for allowing us to bring you Avon varsity basketball live on the web. It is halftime, and the Orioles lead by a score of 26-19. halftime fundraiser for Riley Children's Hospital still going on in the background. Buzzer to bring the teams out for warm-ups as the Avon Orioles went in 26-19 at halftime. Avon started with a 17-point first period, 9 points in the second quarter, and lead Westfield by a score 26-19. 11 points for Westfield in the first quarter, 8 points in the second quarter. Both teams very slow as the reserves got some minutes during the second period. Avon Orioles have Connor Funkhauser as their top leading scorer, 13 points overall. Sam Bloom with 4 points off the bench. Carter Van Wanzeel with 4. Aaron Bodie with a couple of points. Jordan Rhodes with 2 points. And Logan White with a point, rounding out scoring for the Avon Orioles. So the Orioles playing with some intensity against the visiting Westfield Shamrocks. And the Shamrocks traditionally, when they are away, play in a green uniform, but they are playing in red uniforms here tonight for the Riley fundraiser. It is red for Riley night here in the Avon Orioles home gym. Just me, I'm one of those guys that I wonder about a lot of stuff, but where would the Shamrocks have gotten red uniforms? But they have them, and they're wearing them here tonight. Good night for the Orioles and good production from Connor Funkhauser. Their warm-ups continue, and we are getting ready for a second half of action here from Avon. We'd like to thank our corporate video sponsor, the Hendricks County Flyer, as well as their title sponsor, Hendricks Regional Health. Thank you, Hendricks County Flyer, for allowing us to bring you Avon varsity basketball live on the web. Nearing the 1 minute mark here, getting ready to play some basketball, second half action, as the Avon Orioles took a 7-point lead into the locker room, leading at halftime by a score of 26-19 here at the Avon Orioles home gym. And the Orioles will start this second half with Jordan Rhodes, Aaron Bodie, Funkhauser, Logan White, these are the starters from the first half. Rhodes with the ball. Rhodes back up at the top of the key, feeds it down to Van Wanzeel. Funkhauser with an open lane to the basket. Could not get the shot to drop, but drew the foul. So Funkhauser will shoot two. So Rhodes, Van Wanzeel, White, Bodie, and Funkhauser, starters in the first half, out to start second half of action. Funkhauser's first shot is up, and it drops. Funkhauser with 13 first half points. And Funkhauser's second shot drops, and he extends that Orioles lead 28-19. Westfield loses the handle on the other end. Van Wanzeel picks up the loose ball, gets it over to Rhodes. Rhodes brings it up. Funkhauser quickly feeds into White. White tried to dish the ball off to Rhodes, and White moved his feet. Turnover, and Westfield brings the ball in. Westfield sets up offensively. Thought about the three. Dishes it off perimeter left. The dribble. Perimeter right. Thought about the three again. The pull-up jumper. And it is good. Oswald with the shot. Rhodes will bring the ball up against pressure applied by the Shamrocks. Rhodes gets the ball across the timeline to White. They feed it over to Funkhauser on the right wing. Inside to Bodie. Bodie thought about the shot, didn't take it, dished it back out to Rhodes. Bodie drives. Foul's called. Defensive foul against Devin Reese. Inbound to Bodie underneath the basket. Bodie dishes it back out to Rhodes. Rhodes, perimeter right. Rhodes gets the ball over to Funkhauser. Funkhauser backs his man down. Dishes it off inside to White. White, turn around. Bodie with points. Aaron Bodie picks up his fourth point. And the Orioles extend the lead out 9 points, 30-21. Shamrocks going back the other way. Three-pointer launched. Ball in and out. Funkhauser with the rebound. Funkhauser quickly up the court. He's going to go all the way with it. Lost the handle underneath the basket. They're going to say he was fouled. Lawton with the quick hands thought he had the steal, but that'll put Funkhauser on the line. Funkhauser, a nice aggressive move to take it all the way down. And Connor Funkhauser will be on the line for the Orioles. Funkhauser's first shot, in and out. Westfield subs. Orioles stay with their original lineup. Funkhauser missed both shots. Couple of rare misses for him. And Westfield brings it up quickly. Westfield lost the handle very quickly. Funkhauser grabs it, feeds it. Van Wanzeel, and Van Wanzeel picks up his 6th point of the game. 32-21, 11-point lead now for the Orioles. So the Orioles came out strong here in the second half. Shamrocks have struggled with the exception of Lawton. And now the Shamrocks starting to get outclassed and outmanned by these Orioles. Shot is up. It won't go. Rebound. Van Wanzeel. Van Wanzeel feeds it off to Rhodes. Rhodes quickly up offensively. Rhodes over to Van Wanzeel. They feed it inside to Bodie. Bodie's looking for a man. Backs his man down. Feeds it back out to Rhodes. Rhodes with the three-pointer. It won't go, but Funkhauser with the rebound. Funkhauser, strong move back to the basket. And Funkhauser, offensive rebound and points. And the timeout is called by Westfield, as Westfield now regrouping, down 34-21, as the Orioles have come out here in the second half, determined to put a dagger in the Shamrocks' heart. The Shamrocks only with 2 points here in the third period, and the Orioles with 34-21, 4:38 left to play. We'd like to thank make that in the third period. We'd like to thank our corporate video sponsor, the Hendricks County Flyer, as well as their title sponsor, Hendricks Regional Health. Thank you, Hendricks County Flyer, for allowing us to bring you Avon varsity basketball live on the web. Well, after the timeout, Orioles retain their starters. They have done an effective job here the start of the second half. Shamrocks bring the ball down, set up offensively. Perimeter left. Lawton drives the lane, kicks it back out. Three-pointer launched, and it is good. So the Shamrocks break a bit of a scoring drought with the three-pointer. Rhodes, plenty of pressure being applied, but Rhodes with some good ball handling gets it across the timeline. Bodie with the ball, tried to feed it into Funkhauser. They lost the handle. Ball going back the other way. Shamrocks set up. Three-pointer launched, in and out. And that is Van Wanzeel with the rebound. Over to Rhodes. Rhodes brings the ball up for the Orioles. Rhodes, pull-up jumper, and it's good. Jordan Rhodes, that's his fourth point of the game. Rhodes with a nice move, pull-up jumper. Orioles up 36-24. 2-2-1 zone being played by the Orioles. And good defense on the Orioles side. Shot is up, won't go. The rebound by Bodie. Bodie feeds it off the Rhodes, and foul's called. Ferrer with a look of surprise on his face. That is the proper face to have, by the way, when you draw the foul. To look as if, what a surprise. Long ball launched in the corner, and how about lights out? Van Wanzeel picked up a three-pointer. And that, my friends, was a shooting display, giving the Orioles a 39-24 lead here. 2:48 left to play in the third period. Orioles tough defensively as well here tonight. Shamrocks having a little trouble getting untracked. Shamrocks feed inside. Van Wanzeel with the defensive pressure. They kick it back out. Rhodes, defensive pressure now being applied for the Orioles. Shot is up. It is off. Bodie with the rebound. Bodie over to Rhodes. Rhodes has been the man to bring it up. They get it into Funkhauser. Funkhauser back over to Van Wanzeel. Into Bodie. Over to Van Wanzeel. Van Wanzeel. Long cross court to Funkhauser. Turnaround jumper from Bodie. Shot off the rim. Nice follow-up with Carter Van Wanzeel. And Carter gets his 11th point of the game, and another timeout called as Westfield now reeling as the Orioles go up by a score of 41-24. So the Orioles have come out here with some authority in the second half. Remember when listening to Superman on the radio was all there was? Remember when your friends and family dining together and then you enjoyed it? Remember when bakeries were real and coffee didn't cost $4 a cup? Well, Sweet Treats is a classic bakery and soda shop that does remember when. Serving delicious bakery and food items in Avon 6 days a week from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sweet Treats is located at US 36 and Dan Jones, right behind the CVS Pharmacy. Bring in a ticket stub from any Avon sporting event or mention you heard this ad. You'll receive 10% off your purchase. Stop in for a visit and let Sweet Treats take you way back when. Well, the sweet treat here tonight has been the Avon shooting performance to begin this second half of action. They went in with 26 points at halftime They are up 41-24, under 2 minutes left to play here in the third period. Orioles in with some subs. Sam Bloom, who had 4 points off the bench. Also, Jordan Klein is in the game as well. So it is Bodie, Funkhauser, Klein, Bloom in for the Orioles. Westfield lost the handle underneath. Fouls called. Aaron Bodie drew the foul for the Orioles. That is the first team foul here in the second half, and I think another quick foul. I think they're going to call Klein on this one. Klein with his hand pretty much on the wrist of the Westfield player. That is Klein's third foul, second team foul for the Orioles. 4 team fouls for Westfield here in the second half. 1:45, Westfield trails 41-24. It's just been a big third period for the Orioles. Inside, shot is up, and they'll count it. And the foul is going to be on Bodie. That is Bodie's third foul. And the Orioles pick up 3 team fouls total now. And that'll put Lawton on the line. Lawton's shot is up, and it is good. 41-26. Make that 41-27 for the visiting Shamrocks. And the Orioles sub in now. Levi Bailey. So Bailey enters the game. Bailey will inbound for the Orioles. Gets it into Funkhauser. Funkhauser. Strong move to the basket. And the foul is called. Ferrer just picked up his 4th foul. That's the 5th team foul. Westfield subs. Klein with the inbound. Van Wanzeel, top of the key. Gets it back to Klein. Klein fires it inside to kick it back out. Funkhauser gets it in. They set it back out. Van Wanzeel, that was a long 2-pointer, didn't go, but Klein with the rebound. Funkhauser with the 3, and it goes. Connor Funkhauser just picked up his 20th point, extends the Orioles' lead out 44-27, under a minute left to play here. Shot rims in and out. Westfield with the rebound, and the shot is up. Bloom. Interesting situation is Bloom had just a bit of an altercation with one of the Westfield players. In fact, I don't even have a jersey number for this guy. And let's see what the call is. So Bloom and Shaw both called for fouls. The Orioles will retain. Bloom, frankly, was in the right. He just kind of overreacted. Little explanation here for the Westfield bench. They're not happy. No ejections, and the Orioles go back to work here. Timeout call. They had some trouble getting the ball inbound. It was Levi Bailey on the inbound, and pretty good coverage there from the Westfield Shamrocks. So timeout is called. 45.9 seconds left to play here in the third period. Orioles are up by a score of 44-29. Strong performances from Connor Funkhauser, who has 20 points, and Van Wanzeel tonight with 11. 4 for Jordan Rhodes, 4 for Sam Bloom, 4 for Aaron Bodie, and Logan White with a point to round out the scoring for the Avon Orioles. So back to where we started here, as the Orioles will once again inbound. And they get the ball into Rhodes. Rhodes, lots of pressure. Breaks the pressure by getting it up to Klain. I'm not sure what the call is, but it is definitely a turnover, as Klain had some trouble controlling the ball. Westfield inbounds, 40.6 seconds left to play, and now there's another foul. Maybe not a foul. This is where you kind of need a microphone. Somehow this involves this sort of ongoing altercation that's been going on between Bloom and number 52, and I think they finally now are going to call a technical on Westfield. Yes, technical foul is called. Number 52, I don't have a jersey number for him, but he has, for whatever reason, assigned himself to Bloom, and Sam Bloom, the junior, getting a little too much attention, and I think now the Orioles will be shooting the technical foul. They're going to send Van Wanzeel to the line. That is Chase Shaw for the Westfield Shamrocks. And for whatever reason, Chase Shaw and Bloom probably will not be giving each other Christmas cards this year, as Van Wanzeel's shot is up, and it is good. Van Wanzeel, second shot, no good. Technical foul shots being shot, and the Orioles will retain possession. 40.6 seconds, they are up by a score of 45-29. Inbound. Klein has the ball. And unfortunately, the Orioles threw it away. They tried to get it back to Rhodes. And the Shamrocks will inbound. 25.1 seconds. Shamrocks bring it in and up. This has been a tough third period for them, as they trail by 16. Ten seconds now for the Shamrocks. Out at the perimeter, pressure being applied by Funkhauser. Shamrocks, they're going to have to get this one off the rim, and no good. And that it will bring our third period to its conclusion. Avon with an impressive shooting performance, 45 points to 29 for the Westfield Shamrocks. A 10-point third period for the Shamrocks. But an impressive performance, 19 points for Avon to go along with their 17-point first period. So an impressive shooting performance here tonight for the Avon Orioles as they lead this one 45-29. We'll put 8 minutes up on the clock, have a brief timeout. And we are looking forward to an exciting final quarter of basketball action. An impressive 19-point shooting performance in the third period, led by Connor Funkhauser with 20 points for the Avon Orioles. And the Orioles come to this final frame with Bodie. Van Wanzeel will be in the game, along with Levi Bailey. Bodie and Funkhauser, the 5 for the Orioles. Final 8 points. Orioles lead 45-29. Turnaround, up, in, and out, and Bodie with the rebound. Orioles control. Over to Rhodes. Rhodes brings the ball down. They feed it into Bailey. Bailey to Funkhauser in the lane. Funkhauser fouled. And Funkhauser will shoot two. That is the 8th foul on the Shamrocks. Fouling was Ethan Albright. Funkhauser's shot up, and it is good. (46-29) for the Orioles. Funkhauser's second shot up, and it is good. Coming back the other way for the Shamrocks. Pressure being applied by Funkhauser. Also Bailey. Shamrocks trying to find an open man. Feed the ball. Perimeter left. Good defense. They kick it back out to the perimeter. 3-point is launched in and out. Rebound by Bodie. Bodie gets tied up. And a possession arrow favors the Orioles. So Bodie aggressive, and he knew they were coming after him. He covered up. Good job. Bodie will inbound to Rhodes. Rhodes gets it back over to Bodie. Bodie and Rhodes get it across the timeline. Now the Orioles set up offensively. They've got the time to be methodical. Bodie drives the baseline, and Aaron Bodie picks up his 6th point of the game as the Orioles extend their lead by 20 points, 49-29 over the Shamrocks. So the Shamrocks reeling here in the second half, trailing by 20. Lawton's shot up, and he got fouled. The shot didn't drop, but Lawton will go to the line. And that was Bailey's first foul. The 5th team foul for the Orioles here in the second half. Westfield subbing in some players now. The Orioles here tonight, a bit too much for the Shamrocks as Lawton drops both of his free throws. Rhodes brings it across the timeline. Rhodes drives the lane, kicks it out. Van Wanzeel with the ball. They get it in to Bailey. Bailey with the reverse layup, and Bailey is fouled. So Levi Bailey with his first 2 points of the game, and Levi will go to the line with an opportunity to add to that score. Bailey here could give the Orioles their biggest lead as they lead by 20. Now you can make that 21. So Levi Bailey with a heads-up reverse layup, fouled and got an extra point to it. Lawton bomb from up at the top of the key, 3 points for Westfield. As Rhodes now gets some pressure, gets the ball over to Bodie. Bodie with some good hands. And they're saying that Bodie palmed the ball, but Bodie was ultra aware that they were putting the heavy pressure on. But they said palm, and that will result in the turnover. 5:45 left to play, 52-34 for the Shamrocks. trail by 21 points. Three-pointer launched. Won't go. Bodie with the rebound. Bodie quickly over to Rhodes. Rhodes brings it down. Rhodey cuts it over to Funkhauser. Funkhauser drives the lane, pull-up jumper. And Connor Funkhauser with another two. 10-footer jumper. And Funkhauser was good. Three-pointer launched up and good. Lawton is about the only bright spot here tonight for the Shamrocks. Is back-to-back threes for him. He steals the ball, but the ball goes off his hand. Lawton trying to do everything on his own. This is going to be a tired young man here tonight. The Orioles will inbound. Funkhauser with the ball. Off the waist of the Westfield player. And Funkhauser will try it again. Funkhauser gets the ball into Rhodes. Rhodes gets almost trapped. They feed the ball up to Bodie into Funkhauser. Funkhauser fouled in the lane. So Funkhauser with a strong move to the basket drew the foul. That is the 10th team foul for the Shamrocks. Fifth foul on Nick Farrar. And that'll be it for Farrar. So Connor Funkhauser on the line. He'll shoot two. First shot up and good. Orioles have to be pleased. They lost to Ben Davis a couple nights ago. 49-39, and Shamrocks are paying the price here tonight. It's Funkhauser's second shot. Up, rolls around, and it drops. 26 points for Connor Funkhauser. And the Shamrocks go to work offensively. They're into the board. Three-pointer up, no good. Rhodes with the rebound, but the push-off away from the ball. Bailey drew the foul. So the Shamrocks inbound. Quick in, quick shot. They get the ball quickly into Funkhauser. Funkhauser sets up rapidly. Rhodes into Bodie. Van Wanzel with another 2 points in the lane. Orioles lead 58-39. Three-pointer. Rebound. Bailey to Rhodes. Rhodes brings the ball up quickly. Funkhauser drives the lane. And Connor Funkhauser has been a scoring machine. 2 more points for him. And the timeout is called. Timeout on the court. We'd like to thank our corporate video sponsor, the Hendricks County Flyer, as well as their title sponsor, Hendricks Regional Health. Thank you, Hendricks County Flyer, for allowing us to bring you Avon varsity basketball live on the web. Orioles have to be extremely pleased with their performance here tonight. And I am certainly impressed with Connor Funkhauser, who has scored 28 of the Orioles' 60 points here tonight. A good overall scoring performance. Van Wanzel with 14 points. Jordan Rhodes with 4. Sam Bloom with 4. Aaron Bodie with 6. Levi Bailey with 3. And Logan White has a point here tonight for the Orioles. So they've spread the scoring around. And they have been impressive on defense. And that's what the Shamrocks game tape will show them when they play it back here tonight. 3:52. Shamrocks set it up. Drive the lane. Foul was called. Shot was good. Bodie drew the foul. It's his fourth foul. That is the 17th foul for the Orioles. That puts the Shamrocks in the bonus now. Shot is up. No good. Bodie controls. Rhodes will bring the ball up against pressure. They feed it into Bailey underneath the basket. Shot blocked. Bailey was fouled, and Bailey go to the line and shoot two. So Bailey with 3 points here tonight. And Bailey's free throw puts the Orioles back up by 20, 61-41. Bailey's second shot, in and out, controlled by Westfield. Westfield brings it up. 3:30 left on the clock in this game. Tough defense being applied by the Orioles. Pull-up jumper. It's going to be no good. Bailey with the rebound. Good aggressive board inside. They get it up to Funkhauser. Feed it off to Van Wanzeel. Van Wanzeel, long cross court, back to Rhodes. Rhodes drives the lane. Drew the foul. Rhodes fell somewhat awkwardly. I think he's okay. So Jordan Rhodes will be on the line shooting two. The 6-foot guard here tonight with 4 points, but impressive ball handling skills. And Rhodes' first shot in and out. Hubbard comes in for Van Wanzeel. As Rhodes will get his second shot. Rhodes' shot is up, and it is good. So Jordan Rhodes now with 5 points. And a 21-point lead enjoyed by these Orioles with 3 minutes left to play in this game. Shot no good. Once again, Lawton drives. Drew the foul. Sam Bloom off the bench picks up the foul. That is Bloom's third foul. And Lawton will shoot two. Lawton misses his second shot. Bloom with the rebound for the Orioles. Bloom got trapped on the sideline. And Bloom drew the foul. So Sam Bloom will shoot a couple. 2:50 left here on the clock. That 20-point lead has been somewhat consistent here for the Orioles here in the final quarter of this game. Bloom's first shot up, and it is good. Sam Bloom with 4 quick points in the first quarter gets his fifth. And Bloom converts on both of his free throws, 64-42. 22 points, the biggest lead tonight enjoyed by the Orioles. Shamrocks, long cross court, perimeter left. 2-2-1 defense. Air ball up, no good. They saved it, but grabbing the inbound was Hubbard. Hubbard heads up. Funkhauser takes the shot. Funkhauser was fouled underneath. And I'll tell you what, Connor Funkhauser, who is 6'4", has had to play with some physicality. He has been knocked around underneath that basket, but he has maintained some poise. So Funkhauser goes to the line to shoot two. Connor Funkhauser's first shot, up and no good. 2 minutes, 22 seconds left in this contest. Orioles with an insurmountable lead, 64-42. As the Shamrocks now are starting to sub in some of their traveling JV players. And Funkhauser will take another shot. Funkhauser's shot is up, and it is good. 29 points here tonight for Connor Funkhauser. 65-42 for the Avon Orioles, who have put on a contest here tonight. Inbound for the Shamrocks. Shot up, no good. And the foul is called on the rebound. Jordan Klein on the foul. That's his fourth foul tonight. In and out on the 1-and-1. Bloom with the rebound. Bloom over to Klein. Bloom and Klein in the guard positions. Klein almost trapped, gets the ball over to Bloom. Ryan Ruff in the game as well. Ruff and Hubbard in the forward positions here tonight to close this one out. Hubbard drives the line and gets it. Baseline drive from Hubbard. And Hubbard picks up his first points of the game tonight. .124 left in the game. Shamrocks lose it underneath the basket. Bloom scoops up the ball. Klein brings it up. Orioles don't have to do much here other than hold on to the ball. And a little too rough with Ruff, as Ryan Ruff drew the foul. And Ruff will be on the line, shooting the 1-and-1. Ruff's first shot, actually, I guess he's shooting two in the bonus here. And Ruff's first shot, in and out. So we'll try this one again. Ruff's second shot missed. Orioles crash the board, but Westfield controls the rebound. Long three-pointer launched from the corner, and it is good. Under 1 minute left to play here as Klein brings the ball up. Inbound to Bailey. Bailey lost the handle. Now Westfield underneath the basket. Shot is up, and it is good. Orioles trying to close this one out. 35 seconds. They're up 67-47. They get the ball back to Bloom. Bloom. Dribble. Long cross court to Hubbard. Hubbard drives the lane, kicks the ball back out to Bloom. 20 seconds now. Over to Ruff. Ruff does shoot. Ruff's three-pointer is good. And Ryan Ruff, that's the shot they tell you not to take at basketball camp, but he took it. It was a wide-open three, and he scored. 1.1 seconds. Inbound to Klein. Klein covers it up. And the Orioles will leave this gym with a 20-point victory here tonight. They beat the visiting Westfield Shamrocks 70-50. An impressive game here tonight, especially 29 points from Connor Funkhauser, 14 points for Carter Van Wanzeel, 6 for Sam Bloom, 5 for Jordan Rhodes, 4 for Levi Bailey. Logan White had a point, Justin Hubbard had a pair, and Aaron Bodie had 6 points. Avon Orioles scoring 70 points here tonight. An excellent game. We'd like to thank our corporate video sponsor, the Hendricks County Flyer, as well as their title sponsor, Hendricks Regional Health. Thank you, Hendricks County Flyer, for allowing us to bring you Avon varsity basketball live on the web. We'd also like to thank Sweet Treats. Sweet Treats is located at US 36 and Dan Jones Road, right behind the CVS Pharmacy, open 6 days a week, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And the payroll department tonight for helping make this game a possibility. For AudioSportsOnline.com, I'm Jay Baker. Have a great evening.